I have seen astronomical prices in dealing with different contractors or vendors because everyone wants to be paid what they're worth. And I believe in this wholeheartedly. I believe that people should be paid what they are worth. But here's the challenge. Are you doing the work? I know. Yes, it takes work to be an entrepreneur and to actually charge what you feel like you are worth. Well, let me go back a little bit. You're never going to be paid what you're worth. We're never going to be paid what we're worth. That is the honest truth of the matter. You're not going to be paid what you're worth, but you can at least make sure that you're charging fairly. The only way to do that is to stay relevant. If you are not current in your field, then how can you charge people current market prices? It's not fair to your customer. As an entrepreneur, it is important that we do the work. I'll give you an example. I have the wonderful opportunity of being a training and development leader. What that means is I train corporations and organizations in the for-profit as well as the nonprofit sector. I train their employees as well as their leaders, and I connect, I'm a bridge, if you will. I use communication as a bridge to connect the two. So in that, they may ask me to, bring PowerPoints and teach a class, and it's not my favorite thing to do, but sometimes people want their PowerPoints. So one of the things I was doing about a month or so ago is I was looking at my PowerPoints and I'm like, how long have I had these PowerPoints? I've had these PowerPoints maybe for about 2 years or so. And I began to look at them and say, I really need an update. Now, some of the information may have changed or may have stayed the same, but it was up to me as the subject matter expert to find out the more relevant information so that I can make sure that my clients were on point. You see how that goes? Even though my client, I could have showed up and they would have never known the difference, but I know the difference. I know that there are some new things out there about communication. I know that there are some new strategies out there about conflict management and resolution. So it's up to me. They trust me as the subject matter expert to teach them new, creative, and innovative ways to connect to each other. So when your client is dependent upon you, then you have to make sure that you show up. You can't afford to just say, well, I did this 5 years ago. It still works today. No, it doesn't. Guess what? What you did 3 years ago doesn't even work today. So make sure that you're taking the time to do your homework. Make sure that even though your client may not have seen what you did 10 years ago and you try to come in and bring it to them today, no. Take time to update, refresh your PowerPoints, refresh the information. Find out what's going on in your industry. If you don't find out what's going on in your industry, then you're serving stale information.